Okay, we'll just see if the stream is live. Okay, so we are live now.
Dengue is a mosquito-borne disease we use to react to dengue cases. Now, using predictive analytics, we can get the data to tell us which areas will be at risk.
Okay, so good morning or good evening, and welcome back to another White Sponge live stream. My name is David, and as usual, I'll be your host for today. Okay, so today we'll be adding some, or rather creating some menus and stuff for our game controller. So things like which button does what. So we have to create a sort of a diagram for it. So we might be spending some time in Photoshop, since we need to create the diagram first before we move on to adding it within the game using Unity. Okay, so let me create the image for the controller first. Okay, so now we are creating the button, or rather the X button. Okay, so if you are not seeing any coding, that's because we have not created the image to add it to the game yet. Okay, so for the button, we'll make a circular shape, and then for the X, we'll just draw a X on the button itself. Hey, what's up, J-Man? How's your day coming along? Okay, I suppose the weekend is coming soon. So, any plans for this weekend? Okay, by the way, I'm drawing a game controller in pixel art. Okay, so that we can show it within the game to show you which button does what. Okay. Button fill. Hey, glad to hear that. Okay, I'm doing great as well. Okay, game controller support is around the basic game controller support is almost done. Okay, but we still need to create some menus and stuff. Okay, to show you like what I have mentioned just now, which button does what. So it will be something like a diagram, or rather a pixel art version of the game controller, and with some simple arrows pointing to the buttons to indicate what it does. Okay, and that's why I'm creating this pixel art joystick game controller. Okay, so that means there might be less coding today. Okay, but we should be able to get this pixel art version of the game controller done, and then we'll add it to the game. So that is when we'll use some coding. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's rather big. So we'll use 3 by 3 instead. So this is the X button. Hey, I assume that it's the soundtrack that is creating the soothing atmosphere for you. Hey, I hope that it's not my voice. Okay. Okay, so this is the X button. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, to use it for the A button. Oh. Okay, I guess it's the autocorrect. Oh, by the way, this is what you will see when the game controller is plugged in. So the game will auto detect that you have plugged in a game controller, and it will show you this instead of the usual version, which is for the keyboard. Okay, so this is A. Okay, this is better. Okay, so we have the X and A button now. Okay, I definitely hope so. Okay, but I'll need to do more testing. Although I only have the Xbox One controller to test. Okay, so I definitely hope that they have the same mapping. Okay, if not, what works for you with a Xbox One controller might not work for the Xbox 360 controller. Okay, but it should be the same, since Unity identified the Xbox One controller as a Xbox 360 controller, so it should be the same. Okay, and now for the Y button. Okay, for the Y button, we will use the yellow color, since that is what is the color used on the Xbox 360 and Xbox One controller. Okay. Okay, I definitely hope that that is the case. If not, we'll have to try and get someone to test using the Xbox 360 controller in order to create a separate settings for the mapping. Okay, so you might have also noticed that the controller, the shape of the controller is smaller than the buttons. So we'll have to increase the size of the shape of the controller. Okay, one way we can do this, okay, is to create a new image. Okay, and bring our controller here and increase the size here and bring him back to the main image over here. Okay, still too small. Okay, let me try ×3. Okay, I guess this will do. Okay, or what we could do is to just use more pixels to draw our basic controller shape over here. Okay, so if I'm not responding immediately to the Twitch TV chat, okay, that's because I'm not looking at it, or rather I have not looked at it yet. Okay, as I need to check the Google Chrome browser to do so. Okay, so most likely there will be less coding today, but more creating the image that we need to add or display within the game. Okay, so it's more like a sharp turn. Okay. 6, 7, 8. Oh. Hey, that's a good idea. Okay, that's a much better idea. Okay, as we still have the directional pad and the two bumpers on the top. Okay, so I'm just looking at the box so that I can get a reference to the game controller itself. So this is the box. Okay, for the Xbox One controller. So looking at this, at the image on the back of the box, we still have the directional pad and the start and back button and the two bumpers on the top to draw. Okay, because those are the controls that is used to play the game. Hey, what's up, Trey and Buggy? Thanks for joining the White Sponge live stream. How are your days coming along? Okay, let's start with the D-pad.